Okay guys, hello. Happy New Year first of all. Thanks for joining again, and as always I'm really sorry for the delay, so I've had some scenery loading issues that took a while. If the video quality is relatively poor, it's because I've had to use display capture. The game capture on OBS is not working, which has been grief. Pegasus wasn't working, which is the Ryanair, the virtual Ryanair client. Of course, the Saitek radio panel isn't working, so I have to unplug that. It's been a bit of a nightmare. So, hopefully that hasn't broken anything, but I've got my radio panel working. There's no ATC here at Dublin. London South's online, so we're pretty much going to be non-radio. Well, we're going to be non-controlled all the way to Birmingham. It's a tower exam, so I don't think approach is online. Let's just have a look and see what we've got. Oh no, approach is online, which is ideal. There's an exam on. So let's. Okay guys, I think we are back. So apologies for that. I have no idea what was happening. My output from OBS went completely down to 0 and it wasn't outputting anything. So apologies for that. We're not going to hang about. Let's just get going and get to Birmingham before we miss the event. So should be the overlay all sorted out. Should be the same flight plan. Think we're good. Certainly getting 6K output again. What an irritation. So I think I've got everything up and running. If we miss out some extra points, it doesn't matter. Active Sky is live and running. X-Pilot's connected. Here we are again. So just get the doors open. Interesting that this time ground power is available. Something was going wrong. So let's get the FDs off so they match my hardware. And here we are. Oh, it hasn't saved the views. That's incredibly irritating. What's that like? Let's just try that. What happens first day back at work? No time to get prepped and set up. Hopefully it'll be smoother next time. Anyway guys, I hope you're all well. Doing well. X camera, no I don't use, I probably should. But to be honest, when it works, the explain views do the job, you know. It's just another thing that I don't feel I need. Anyway, let's get the IRSs on. Get those aligning. Go, bang, go. They are on. Your damper can come on. People have been having issues with the IRS switch. So scan all those as you come down. Gonna leave all the pumps off. Cabin utility fees on. Lights are as we like. Emergency exit lights on. HOTAS right, diff pressure 0, pumps can come on, cautions go out. No heat can come on because it is fresh. As can the packs. Leave the APU bleed off, that's open. Our cruise tonight is 27,000. And Birmingham is, as we are in a bit of a rush, I'm not going to bring it up on screen, but Birmingham is 339, so 350 will do us. There we go. That's the initial overhead done. We'll break and go to RTO. Everything else looks fine. Hydraulic pressure we have, pulp brakes on. Radios are set. Yeah, Zibo's been smashing the updates out, hasn't he? So well done, that guy. There we go. Get the FMC on AIRAC 2014 because we've updated. We've got no errors, which is good. Let's turn those on. Check that. Check the speed brakes. Happy. So let's get our pretend punters boarding. Where's that moved? And anything else, I'm just not gonna worry about. So, Rick, Mark, thanks for joining. There's a couple of other people watching. Please say hi, guys. Have a chat amongst yourselves. I think everything is running. So we've now got Dublin Tower. Oh, that's interesting. I thought that hadn't saved. So Dublin Tower is 124.525. IDO information, which is not working. So what we will try is Tower 1186. Got the speakers on for you guys. Dublin Tower, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, radio check 118.6.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, rebuild 85.
Brilliant, thanks, you also. Cool, so at least that works even if we haven't got the ATIS, so we can switch that off.
Tower Shamrock 137, ready for taxi, runway 10 right. Shamrock 137, taxi, link 3 right, Foxtrot, hold short of link 4.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just knock that off for the time being. We are on stand 125. The ATIS is Alpha at 1900. Expect runway 10 right. 06016, 10k plus. Clouds few at 1200. Oh, CB 1800, broken 5k. It'll be interesting, bit turbulent. Temp 4, dew point -1. QNH 1027. Navigraph, yes. Navigraph is well worth it. I'm sure I've mentioned before that I've got access to real world charts, but it's not as integrated a product as Navigraph provides, so it's well worth it. So 1027, let's get that set before we do anything else. Oh, and of course, there's the SMC view. That's going to have to do us. That's not very good though, is it? Or something like that. Again, it's probably not perfect for you guys. It could do with being a bit more zoomed in so you can see. There we go. Because of course my aspect ratio doesn't help for your screens. So we are at Echo India Delta Whiskey. Don't have to put this in. Stand 5. Take GPS left. In there. We are off to Echo Golf Bravo Bravo. Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. And the route is really short. But I'm still going to load it up. Direct to DEXEN, Upper Yankee 124 DOLOP. Lots of dollops. What's that from? Friday night dinner, isn't it? So, we have not loaded any payload, have we? So, there we go. We have got 172 packs on tonight's flight. Am I being dense? No, I don't want random. Is that because the config is... That's going to be set different, isn't it? General config. That all seems to have saved. displaying variance, there we go. So no, it isn't in there, so it is actually in here, isn't it? Because there we go, that should be set to 189. So I'm just going to quick save. Oh, I don't even know where to save anything anymore. There you go. Quick save. Boom. Done. So 172 packs. Bingo. We have got cargo of 3 tons. I'm going to put 2 in the back. And I'm going to put 1070 in the front, which gives us a bit of an aft CG. Oh no, it doesn't, because we've got quite a few packs. So let's just put all of the cargo in the rear hold. There we go, that's more like it. A bit more of a rear CG. And fuel-wise, our block fuel today is just over 6 tons. We've got an extra half-hour reserve in case it's busy. Phew, we're finally there. That was stressful. So now we can update our gross weight. Go 65.2. Estimated 59.8, alright, a little bit more, so sim briefs out a bit, doesn't matter. There's our fuel going up. Of course the gross weight is going to change, but our zero fuel isn't. Our reserve fuel today is 2.5, so we'll call it 2.7 for the message. Cost index 6, 270. Top of climb wind 036 at 21. That's what VNav builds it off of, and then you can further update the cruise wind, but you don't actually put the cruise wind in that field. You should really say climb wind or top of climb wind. Minus 12 the ISA today. Just input total payload. Yes, yes you can, Mark. You can just dump it in. vRYR will give you payload, but it may give you a different number of packs compared to cargo, for instance. So that's the reason I do it that way. vRYR gave me 172 packs and 3 tons of cargo, so that's how I put it in. You can also, you know, block out the front row and move them back and stuff like that. You're just moving the weights around. N1 limit we are not going to do just yet, so might as well call up and get our clearance. So it's going to be one of the DEXEN departures.
Dublin target evening, Shamrock 172, A320 on stand 402, information Alpha, QNH 1027, request IFR clearance to Heathrow please. Shark 172, good evening, cleared Heathrow, DEXEN 2, Echo departure, runway 10 right, squawk 6621. Cleared Heathrow via DEXEN 2, Echo, runway 10 right, squawk 6621 for Shamrock 172.
Somebody's been flying in the States a wee bit too much.
Dublin Tower, easy 1953, wireless 2010 right.
So while we're waiting for this,
continue approach runway 10 right, surface wind 060 degrees.
DOLOP 1 Bravo, pop that in.
1953.
Dublin, hello again, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray 737-800, stand 125, information Alpha, QNH 1027, request departure clearance to Birmingham please.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, good evening, cleared Birmingham, DEXEN 2, Echo departure runway 10 right, squawk 6635, airborne frequency, Dublin approach 121.1.
Cleared to Birmingham, DEXEN 2, Echo, runway 10 right, squawk 6635, airborne 121.1, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, correct.
Cool. So,
Is Dublin approach
Got that?
Shamrock 137's new departure frequency.
I'm not going to check these, that gets us to chase. And it's probably going to be relatively busy, so let's get that chart up. And we'll see what we get in the cruise.
Evening, your number 3, continue approach runway 10 right, surface wind.
Busy, busy. So I'm just going to twitch that off, just so I can hear myself think everything's lined up. We can get the flight directors on. Let's do the performance. We are going to be heavy. Runway 10. Got the weather. It's pretty much matching up. And I think we will plan for takeoff on runway 10 right from, see if we can do it from Sierra 5, 1953. We can, and that's a 26K 31, which is basically full power. So we can take, oh, no we can't because we're heavier than that. What's our gross weight at the moment? 67.1, we are about 1.5 tons heavier, so I'm going to call that 67. 26K full power, so we can do Sierra 5, 26K, that gives us 137, 139, 149. I'll just quickly do it for Sierra 6 as well. So 5 is the first one, 6 is the next one at 2156. And of course we got the additional, there's a bit of an additional taxi. Sierra 6 is 26K, 32, that's 144, 144, 147, then the full length is 26K 34. That gives us 144, 144, 147. So I'm just going to go full 26. And we'll leave climb as it is as well. It was giving us, I think, a select temperature of 30, but again, we're not going to bother with that. So let me just pop that back into the calculator. The MFRA is 1300, let's set that now. Oh no, wrong.
Right, easy, 1953.
I was just reminding everyone. Okay, so we are so far happy with that. I'm not going to do any nav aids for the departure because it's a bit doesn't matter. Got that. It's 26K full length departure. The initial climb is 90. Set that because we are cleared. It's going to be 098 on departure. Is the runway heading 097 in fact. Let's get one of the pumps on.
Shark 603, reduce final approach speed. Full net final full speed, Shamrock 603.
So full power takeoff, flap 5, trim 475. Something like that. Full power, we are getting. Oh no, I was talking absolute rubbish. Let me just do the performance again because I was looking at the wrong line. 953.
Expect a late landing clearance.
Oh yeah, no, that is 26K plus 30. It's exactly the same. Let's just go with that. That's giving us 137, 139, 149. Happy. So they're all good, and that's without even putting the wind in. And 149 is V2. Set. Looks like we've got our 6 tons of fuel. let's set the transponder to 6635. Radios are set for departure. Nav aids are not, because I'm being a little bit slapdash. If you get a hold, do you know how to get out of the hold? Yes, you just hit exit hold on the hold page, my friend. I'm sure we have done it before.
Easy 1953, vacate left tier 2, expedite please.
So, nothing else to do. Let's get the...
Negative, easy 1953.
Got the APU on.
Ground acoustic, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
16 knots, runway 10 right, clear to land. 10 right, clear to land, Shamrock 603. MTC 1953, taxi straight ahead,
Ground
rescue 1, hold
acoustic,
short,
tailor's
runway 16.
driving up.
Sweet. Hold short.
So, APU's firing up. I'm just going to pop that on.
Speedbird 82, Delta Mike, good evening, Dublin Tower with a surface wind 060 degrees, 16 knots, continue for runway 10 right.
10 right. Speedbird 82, Delta Mike.
Speedbird 82, Delta Mike, negative, continue approach.
Please just refer to seatbelts and lights flash on and off. It's also an indication for you to actually make sure
Good.
the seatbelt is
So,
ready for departure.
the door is now shut. The APU is on. The pumps are all on. Quick scan, everything looks normal. Get the tug connected, and once we are connected, we will call for push. Get this show on the road.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So Mark, if you needed to do a hold, there's your hold page. That's where you'd put it in, and then that's where you'd exit it as well. So you select where you're going to go. We might get to use it tonight. We'll see. So parking stands we've got.
Easy 1953 from Whiskey 1, cross runway 16, Hotel 1, right Foxtrot, left link 3, standard choice.
So connected and bypass lane inserted. Smooth parking brake.
There we are. So
1953, just confirm, cross 16.
we are ready to go.
Cross 16, easy 1953.
Right, S7 Delta X-ray stand 125. Request push and start.
Run at 7 Delta X-ray, push and start, approved, QNH 1027, facing west.
Push and start approved. QNH 1027 face west. Run S7 Delta X-ray. Oh, I tell you what I haven't done.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Let's get the old lamp on. Let's put the parking brake on to stop. Thought I'd stop that push. There we go. It's good enough, isn't it? 1951.
Spirit 82 Delta Mike, welcome to Dublin, vacate left lane. Shamrock 603 from Whiskey 1, cross runway 16, Hotel 1, right Foxtrot, link 2, stand 401.
So let's get these shut. Get these started.
Link 2, 401, Shamrock 603.
Yeah, of course. What you can also do, Mark, is just go manual. Go if you get given a heading, go to heading.
Spirit 82
Do it that way.
welcome to Dublin, vacate correction. Left
You go
runway
25 fuel on.
First right, Hotel 1, link 4, stand 203.
Oh, hello. That must have been a baggage truck.
Onto 16, Hotel 1, what was the link again, and stand 20.
Doesn't sound like he's having fun. And I'm going to start the other engine straight away, so we waste a little less time. Yeah, you can always take the airplane up and just have a practice as well. So 2 is stable, EGT is coming down. Let's go number 1. Let's get to Brummie Land. But yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is to, if you have something like that,
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
then go practice it again. You know, just fly into standstill and put a hold in, or an unexpected hold, or a published hold, just like it might be busy on VATSIM, and try it that way. Practice it, see what it does. I think the last time I went into standstill, I held myself, or maybe it was Luton. So if you have a look at some of those videos on the channel, you'll see me mucking about with that. Although I probably went through it at lightning fast speed. They're going to disconnect, and I'm going to do the first half of the flow.
Easy 1953 on the rocks 205. Easy 1953, roger, flight plan closed, time 5-4, good evening.
Gosh, those boys are doing everything. So we'll wait till we see the pin.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next
I
time.
think I'll turn these lights up so you guys can see. Is that a bit better? What is this beast coming towards us? Reverse thrust, I think it's shift forward slash. There's the pin, so flap 5. There we go, so flying controls forward, aft, left, right, left rudder, right rudder is checked, map set, trim set, start detents checked, calls checked, and then the big vital actions. Gens are on, no lights, APU not required, start switches both continuous. Anti-ice not required. It will be once we lift off. Max auto, leads on, ISO's auto. Flap 5 required, 5 set, green light. 475 required, 475 set. Got 2 start levers, idle D10, flight controls checked, recalls checked. Good to go.
Departure, then is filed. Squawking 6671, and departure is 121.1. ATIS was not available. So what would be the current QNH, please?
American 446, read back correct, and the QNH 1027.
QNH 1027, shall I call for push and start, or just call for taxi?
Yeah, when you're ready, call for push and start.
Copy that, American 446.
Rhino 7 Delta X-ray, tug release point Bravo, request taxi.
Rhino 7 Delta X-ray, taxi, straight ahead, link 5, Papa 1, hold short, runway 16.
Link 5, Papa 1, hold short, 16, Rhino 7 Delta X-ray. Good. Clear taxi, lights on. Clear left, getting driven into. Clear right, back to the front. Brakes off, config checked, that's just me going to full power very briefly. Should do a brake check, there you go, they work. And off we go, straight ahead. We have not been cleared. We are going to be obviously going Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierras. Too quick. So hold short, we're not going into that runway yet. Takeoff config, and know that will probably be flap movement or one of the other criteria, so if you have a look in the FCOM or do a Google search for it, you find a list of the config warning criteria, and if you meet any of those it will go off. So the reason that we check that config is to make sure that it doesn't go off. Airplane's good to go. it's a good opportunity to find it at the gate in case there's a problem. And if you do get that config warning, you need to stop, reconfigure the aircraft, and then carry on. I think I might need to just reset trim. Should be alright.
Runway 7 Delta X-ray from Papa 1, cross runway 16, Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierra, hold short, runway 10, right.
It's runway 16, Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierra, hold short 10. We can accept a Sierra 5 departure.
Runway 7 Delta X-ray, roger, 1 on Sierra,
Approaching,
left,
3,
Sierra 5,
4.
hold short, 10, right.
Sierra 5, hold short 10, right, 7 Delta X-ray, thanks. So that helps them out with their planning. Done it again. Keys to check. So we're going to taxi ahead here, left, immediately right, down to the, not to the end because that's the runway, but no, it is down to the end because it's C2, so to the right after that. Down to the end, turn right. It's the first high-speed exit that we can take for departure. I'll just save a little bit of taxi. It also gets you out of the way in case there's anyone that needs the full length of the runway when it's busy. I believe with an intersection departure, if you had something heavy, wake turbulence behind you with section departure, you'd be able to get away sooner. So there's a couple of reasons why that's beneficial. Oh, PM's on telly. Everyone get their bets on. Variant COVID 2.0. So I'm going to pop the auto throttle on, we're not going to use VNAV. I'm going to arm LNAV, which has armed. The light is on, it's not active. Just got LNAV in white there. Taxiing. So it's third on the left. Mikelon, I hope I've said that. Smooth takeoff. Yeah, if you can't get the takeoff right, you're probably going to balk the landing. So this is Sierra 3, and you have to pay attention here. This is old scenery with old markings, so nothing matches up.
Shamrock 172, stand 402, information Bravo, QNH 1027, request mission start. Shamrock 172, push a start approved, QNH 1027.
So next will be Sierra 4, which should be at right angles to us.
Start approved, this is southwest for Shamrock 172.
Oh, sorry, I moved the mic there and it still went through. I'll mute it on screen next time. So this is Sierra 4, which is listed as Echo 5, and we want the next one. The 50 knot high speed exit. Anyway, I haven't seen you before, Michael, so thanks very much for joining. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy the chaos so far. First stream back, I do apologise for the rather rubbish start. Maybe I'll try and edit that out. Don't do a lot of editing, I just, you know, upload the streams and let YouTube host them for me. Now there's a little bit of drift, so there's a bit of crosswind. Here's our exit coming up.
Golf Uniform Fox Charlie Echo. Golf Uniform Fox Charlie Echo, standby.
UFCA. Gonna give us our clearance. Might be handing over, there's 3 on the tower frequency at the moment, so they must be having a handover. So, full power takeoff, we've got checked here, 149, 149, flap 5, 475 on the trim, 475 on the trim. Make sure you check those vital things.
Mic check.
Mic check.
This is 42 Delta Bravo, read Bell 5.
Roger, relay 5, speed 42 Delta.
Runner 7, Delta X-ray, fully ready, CF5. Big set. Once we get the punters sat down.
Runner 7 to X-ray, thank you. Wind 060 degrees, 14 knots, runway 10 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10 right, clear takeoff, runner 7 Delta X-ray, thanks.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
So, strobes. Brakes. Again. Configs checked, recalls checked. About 2006 when we take off, 5.9 tons. Let's get going to Brummyland. Goodness, it is a bit of a short run, this, isn't it?
Approaching 10.
Let's try and use as much as we can. You don't have to follow that line. So, although the turret is good from over here somewhere, I'm going to give us a little bit more runway because we're going to use most of it. Don't come to a stop. Improve your takeoff distances if you don't. Correct runway. Heading. Wheels on the floor. Runway's clear. Engine stable. Power. Toga. Time. Keep the airplane straight with rudder. Large inputs to start with, as the rudder's ineffective at low speed. All pressure on the controls. 80 knots. Tube neutralizer 80 knots. Got a fair bit of right rudder in to keep us straight.
V1, rotate.
That was using a lot, wasn't it?
Positive rate.
So the flight directors gear up. Again, the airplane is naturally trim. Needs a little bit of a squeeze.
$1,000.
Command A.
Shamrock 172, ready, taxi.
And we should
Shamrock 172, taxi right on Foxtrot, left, hotel, but left, Mike 1.
be switching automatically.
1634. Taxi Fox, just say left, hotel left, Mike 1, Sierra, hold short 10, right for Shamrock 1.
We're not going to see the clouds, so I'm going to put the GTX
no,
on.
that's Shamrock 172, that's right, Foxtrot, left onto Mike 1, hold short 1634. Left Foxtrot, right Mike 1,
Accelerate the
hold short,
airplane.
runway 1634 for Shamrock 170.
NSF Delta X-ray will switch to departure. Thanks very much for the service. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Double approach, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, DEXEN 2 Echo passing 3,900, climbing flight level 90.
Delta X-ray, Dublin, hello, identified, proceed direct to DEXEN, climb flight level 230.
Direct DEXEN, climb flight level 230, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, thanks. So let's get that sorted out before we do anything else. We can go, bang, go. 230. Flying to a flight level. Let's get it accelerating as well. There we are, into cloud. The brake off, flaps up, no lights, gear up and off. Lights still on, the start switches can stay on, and can the anti-ice. It doesn't seem to be bumpy, we'll let the crew out. Expecting it to get worse. There we are, on our way. And VNAV speed. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. So there was a little bit of a crosswind which was coming from our left, which meant that hits the tail, pushing the nose of the aeroplane to the left, so I needed right rudder on takeoff to keep the aeroplane straight. And as we lifted off, because you've got right rudder applied, you'll need a little bit of left aileron to keep the wings level. So you can apply that on the ground as well. As you speed up, you need less and less inputs, smaller and smaller inputs on the controls. Control effectiveness on aircraft is proportional to the deflection that it's not the speed at which you move the controls. So start off on the ground with full left aileron, for instance.
After Echo, proceed directly right hand.
And then as you speed up, you reduce that to an appropriate amount. And that's what takes the practice, especially if you haven't got anybody pointing these things out. So passing 10, the lights are going to go off. It's difficult to see if it's cloudy or not. So we haven't picked up any ice, I'm going to leave the anti-ice on. I think there's 10,000, the aeroplane's speeding up. 27, we're not our final cruise yet, but you can see the diff pressure's increasing, the aeroplane is climbing slower than we are, so we are pressurising. All the forward facing lights can come off. I'll take the anti-ice off at this point. We can let the punters out. We've got 4 pumps. We're on our way. Don't forget to check the pressurisation. If the aeroplane wasn't pressurising, the cabin would be climbing at the same rate as the aeroplane, and the cabin would be, this inner dial here would be up at 10, the same as the aeroplane. So the fact that the differential, the difference between the inside and the outside is increasing is good. Nice and stable. Unicom 122.8, thanks very much for the service. Happy to run this at Dodrix. Bye.
You too.
There we go. So, got London West, Schiphol, Birmingham approach, 12397. Might as well get that tuned. I'm going to go 270, which is our final cruise because we're on Unicom. Set once, twice, 3 times. Now predicted arrival QNH. It's 1023, we're going to set that now. Gross error check. Should just about be able to see that. That's done. Descent forecast we can put in. We're going to be 200, 150. This is all from SimBrief. I don't think the transition level at Birmingham is that. I'm trying to think what it is. Is it 3000? I'm going to cheat and get the ATIS. That's interesting. Doesn't say. I am going to go. Is it 6,000 under Birmingham? I don't think it is. So, runway in use is 33, which matches the forecast anyway. The ILS up for that. Oh no, it is 6,000. So, with 1023, it's 70. I'm not going to do the ISA and QNH can do. and we're going to put in 0, 2, 5. Route through these. I know we're coming up to 200. 27. 53. 19. So, a DOLOP arrival, we're probably going to get affected all over the place. Chases a hold. You might end up in the hold. It's 3-3, but they're not telling us what. 0208 knots, so the wind is pretty light. I haven't put the runway in, so what I am going to do is do the landing performance based on the fuel figures for direct, which will therefore mean heavier than we will be, thus giving us a little bit of an extra margin. Safety, passing 200, diff pressure 6, cabin outs 4, seems a little bit bumpy, steadily pressurising 4 pumps, they're still good, there we go, we're not going to get a hypoxic. So the arrival latest is Information Juliet 1950, way 33, doesn't say what type of approach, but it's probably going to be affected ILS 208, 10 plus, scattered clouds at 1,400, broken at 4,200, temperature of 2, dew point of 0, 1023. So, assuming that we get given the RNS, I've got both up, I've got the RMP as well, effectively straight in. Now the interesting thing is, I think that the glide slope for the ILS at Birmingham is still US. So, in reality we wouldn't be able to fly an ILS off this. Well, you would, but it would be localizer only, so GSL raises the minimums to 740 MSL versus 528, so it's a height of, it doubles the decision out. And the RMP in LNAV, VNAV is the same as the ILS with the glide slope out, so that's certainly what I would opt for. Although you could put your own flight path angle in, and pretty sure it's a standard. But being dense, I can't see it on the chart. So, what I am going to do is, so we're estimating 4.2 at destination, so we're going to lose 0.6. That means that we're going to have a landing of 65.3. Got the weather and everything else, so we can plumb that into the calculator, which I've got where it is. There we go. Performance landing 3.3. You can put the wind in 0208. This then works it out for you. Temperature of 2. Pressure. It's 1023. We'll see if we get away with flap 30. 65.3 tons. 5 knots, because we've got 5 knot headwind. A little bit of a crosswind. TIS.
1,000 to go.
Maybe I'll go on. Actually. Or brake settings. No credit for the reverse. So, there we go, we can do it. Flap 30, and if we have a look at the charts for Birmingham, have a look at the taxi chart. Auto brake 2 might do us at Bravo with a bit of manual braking. So let's set auto brake 2, flap 30, 48, plus 5, 153, so that matches up. As long as we get the aeroplane down comfortably. So, what I am going to do is pop a hold in at chase, just in case. 1,000 feet, it wouldn't be a leg time of that. Let's double check on the chart. Standard hold, so it's a 1 minute hold below flight level 140. It's 149 right turn, and that's at flight level 90. And then we'll sort ourselves out. So I'm going to plan for the ILS 33. Yeah, we're not going to go via Maple. Well, in fairness, maybe we will. That is the procedural ILS, so what I'm not going to do is put any of those in and see what we get. Steep descent, yeah, so see how we get on. 528 for the Cat 1. So we are still on Unicom. There's nobody online apart from approach. The Birmingham NDB is 406. Let's get that set. Honolulu is 11365. The ILS is 1101. And policy, no, these are all our navs, so we're coming from DOLOP. That's going to take us in. Should have checked all these. Let's have a look on the legs. There's a speed restriction, max 210 at chase. Then we've got discontinuity because I haven't put anything in, so we can have a look at that in the plan. Done the rest of the arrival. Got the ILS frequency in. Course is 326. I will set it both sides, you don't need to. Actually, if we get the procedure, it's 169 outbound. No, I'll just set that. We're not really on the lead for anything else. 326 is the mist. So what I'll do is I'm going to set that down to our hold at 90. Let's have a look at the plan. You can see there's that hold at chase. And you can see there is a discontinuity. So if we step through this, that just takes us straight to the intercept, which is only at 5 miles to be fair. So, are they going to give us a 5 mile final? I don't think so. But what we can do is have 30-degree intercepts for another 5 miles out from that, and then maybe a base turn of 5 miles 90 degrees off that. So to work that out, we need to take our final approach course of 326, take away 180, that gives us 146, and then go clockwise plus 30, gives us 176. So if I get this and do 176/5, there you go, that's given us our 30-degree intercept. I actually want plus 60 again, it gives us 236. Probably not going to get given anywhere near this. That is definitely 90 degrees, isn't it? And we've just created a couple of custom points that we could happily fly around and intercept ourselves if we needed to. Not too bad, is it? Getting down might be a bit of a struggle. Oh no, 25 miles. Might not be too bad. Let's see how we get on, and let's see if we get given something relatively similar as vectors. Hello Martin 80, Don't think I've seen you before, thanks for joining. We can lose height in the hold if we want to. Chase is the clearance limit. I think I've done everything else. Just get some fix rings in. So we want runway 3. I think it's going to be IMC, so we'll go for 5 miles. Go for 10. The MSAs are based off the aerodrome reference point. It's 25 miles. And it's Little Pac-Man, 2,500 is the MSA. Apart from to the south east where it's 2,200. Anyway, that was a really quick battle through. The aeroplane's starting to descend in a moment. And I'm going to out into vent. That was just me hitting out into vent on my joystick to smooth that descent off. So I've got no idea where we're going. Well, I know where we're going. I've got no idea exactly what approach we're going to get given. But like you saw, built that in. There is a hold there. We're probably not going to need it. We'll probably get vectored at some point. We'll see how we get on. So, calls checked. Honolly is there and available if we need it. Put the ADF on 1. Put 111 available. 110. 10. What do you need it? Done the performance, water break 2. Pretty happy. So that was my slapdash method of doing that. I think I can just about see the clouds redrawing underneath us. Liverpool, Chester out down there. So there we are over at pit. DOLOP was behind us, so we're already on the star. I am going to tune up Birmingham.
Tomjet 11 X-ray, heading 010 degrees, descent to altitude 2000 feet, clear LS approach, runway 33.
That's 010 degrees, descent to altitude 2000 feet, clear LS 33,
Birmingham approach, good evening, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. Radar, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray 737 800, information Juliet QNH 1023. We are the DOLOP 1 Bravo bound, passing flight level 232, descending flight level 90.
Roger, I'll give you a call in a few minutes.
Magic, there we go. So, you'd normally get handed over, but it's worth contacting them early, even if you're outside of their area of control, just to give them a bit of a heads up and warning, and to save all that faff coming a bit later. Of course, in reality, you'd all be handed over and everything else, but there's nobody to do that at the moment. And it also helps you build up your situational awareness. You can see the green banana. And you might think, well, hang on, surely we're not on profile, because we've got the winds and everything plumbed in. VNAV has calculated that path, and we'll see how we get on. Equally, don't forget we've got to slow down as well, so we have got that to worry about. That's the MSA circle. So 090 is about there, south is about there, MSA down there 2200, 2500 this end, 10 mile fixed ring, 5 mile fixed ring, and that's just for your situational awareness. You can put whatever you want in there. We could do, if we really wanted to do the MSAs, we could also do 090. 180.
070 degrees, confirm K.
See that that's drawn those on closer. Unfortunately it draws them too far, but that's the MSA circle there. So when it's a simple one like this you can do that. Again, helps your SA. MSA is an important concept if you don't want to go hitting the ground in IMC. So the aeroplane pressurization is descending. Get the punters sat back down.
Runway 33, clear to land, surface winds 020 degrees 8 knots.
Land 033, Tom Jet, 11 X-ray. Public radar, hello, runner 669, push back from stand up into request taxi.
Runner 669, Birmingham radar, hello, taxi. Echo Sierra, Hotbox Sierra 1 from runway 33. Actually, no, I'll tell you what, Echo, multiply Echo 1.
Sierra 1 from runway 33, runner 669.
Runner 669, the correct number, you can take Echo, multiply Echo 1.
Okay, Echo and Echo 1, runner 669, thanks.
Runner 7 Delta X-ray, leave chase heading 180 degrees.
Leave chase heading 180 degrees, runner 7 Delta X-ray, and I assume no hold.
No delay.
No delay, thanks, runner 7 Delta X-ray. So we can get rid of that hold. In the planning stage, you can simply just crew, chase, hold right at chase. What I am going to do is, he wants us to leave chase 180, and so to make it smoother, I'm going to do chase 180 at 5 miles, get rid of that hold at chase, and then VNAV will sort it out. I'm going to set to heading mode, so it will make it a bit smoother, but it will give us track, which is why I've only done it for 5 miles. But you can see that a little bit there, and it may take us a little bit further out, so our base leg may not work particularly well.
West headed 010 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 33, Golf 9 Kilo.
But what that's going to do is that's going to start our turn for us.
For 1 left via Alpha, Echo, Aggression Alpha, Delta and Whiskey.
Alpha Delta Whiskey for 1 left, Tom Jet, 1 X-ray.
I am going to pop
669 over Echo 1, runway 33, clear takeoff, surface wind 020.
NTI's on.
Clear takeoff 33, runner 669.
So that's just a useful little trick to
Go for Kilo, you know your
at least get you turning the right way.
need to be like on an exact pinpoint.
Sounds fun.
Say again, confirm Kilo.
I've noticed all of your turns have been within like 3 meters. Standard rate turns, it should take 2 minutes to do a full 360 degrees. If you were to keep doing it at that rate, it would take you about 2 seconds.
We're doing about 15 to 18 degrees, so approximately rate 1.
Interesting. So a little bit of a glitch here.
Yeah, unless you're slowing down for the turns, I'll tell you what, turn right heading 060 degrees.
Right heading 060 degrees, confirm.
So we've had a wing anti-ice, turn that off. Sometime, well, back in the day you might need to have kept that on. So I've got that tuned. I've got tower tuned. Oh, hang on. I was going for the tower exam and they've gone. Oh, God. All those stupid delays.
010 degrees to descent, confirm.
So as we enter this circle here, MSA is 2,500.
Ryanair 669, roger, climb out, flight level 180.
Flight level 180, runner 669.
And Golf November, Kilo, once established, runway 33, cleared land, surface wind 020 degrees 8 knots.
Runway 33, cleared land, Golf November, Kilo.
Oh well, at least the approach is staying on. What a shame. So let's check the X-plane map for the ILSs.
The radar will be back in 2 to 3 minutes, so whatever, I don't know, I can't tell the future.
Genius. Disabled downwind ILSs. Sometimes you need this off if, for instance, you were landing with a tailwind. You'd need that off. The only risk of having disabled means that we will end up losing it if the wind swings around. So that's the one we want. X-plane does it a bit weird. You can't select what you want. So yeah, if you need to land with a tailwind component, then you have to have that one off, and then you just have to make sure that you've got the right one. So you see at the moment we're picking up this end, which has got the ident India Bravo, India Romeo, which you can see is being picked up there. Don't want that. Pick up the other end of the ILS, which according to the chart is India Bravo Mike. Select Identify, Display, a nav aid. So always make sure you ident. There's the airplane staying to 250. Phone's on silent. Lights on. Calls checked. Airplane's depressurising. Packs are sat down. Oh, we're good. So you can see VNAV took that into account as well. I'll slow down at 10,000. If you do get any issues with the ILS, you can always recycle it, and that just means select standby, select it back to on. So in that case we would just switch those two like that to recycle. So I hope he's coming back soon. We could have happily held and done a lap at chase. See the roads down to the left. Flashing lights. I'll tell you what, it's not that busy at the moment. Should be. So here we are over chase. Heading to 180. Nice lazy turn. And what I am going to do is go heading select at this point, but it just helps get the airplane turning on course, and you'll see we'll turn a little bit tighter than that. So you can always ease it off, but don't forget to set it back to 25. So max 210, going to slow to the upspeed and nothing else. This 180, so we've got about 5-ish degrees of drift.
Delta X-ray 30 drum master touchdown, descent altitude 4,000 feet, the Birmingham QNH 1023.
Descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray. So, level change. So it's just a little bit stuttery that.
Landed, you can vacate left, thanks. Okay.
After landed, vacate left, thanks. Parking, confirm, Kilo.
7 Delta X-ray 10, left heading 155.
Left heading 155 degrees, runner 7 Delta X-ray. And if you look,
Right, it's just going to pop away for another half second.
if you look, I think that's pretty much going to bring us to where I thought. Every now and then, gents, I get this pretty good. Not very often. Usually after a bad start as well. So you can see we're picking up the back course, well at least the reflection of the localizer. They don't move very smoothly, which is why I don't like doing that, but that just highlights the MSAs for you. Concept. Hey, what? We're only a couple of degrees off there. Probably get given an intercept, something similar like that, so maybe another point over here and in. See. I'm happy with level change at the moment, no speed brake, because we're coming down quite nicely at flap up. Comfortably deploy flap at this speed. Frame rate's doing okay today by the looks of things. So 326.01, 2000 is the intercept, and the check height of 5.1 DME. This is straight ahead to 3, it's 528. Well, sorry for the delay, guys. It would have been a bit better if it had been less quiet. Gatwick grounds on, Heathrow Tower, Gatwick Tower, Chester Tower.
Radars back, runner 7 Delta X-ray to left heading 140 degrees.
Left heading 140 degrees, runner 7 Delta X-ray. Okay, maybe that's going to be a bit tighter. That's alright. Not to worry. Still not far off. You know, a 5-mile intercept followed by a 5-mile base. It's good enough for planning, you know, and that gives you an idea of if you're high or low on profile. So he thinks we're a bit low, BNAV thinks we're a bit low, so he's just going to cut us in a bit closer to his plan. So it all works quite well. One thing we do want there is our 10-mile ring, so that is the last point to be at flap 1 with speed matched. So could consider switching to VS, deploying flap, maybe fixing it about 1,000 feet a minute, getting the speed back. At the moment, we seem to be okay. Maybe 4 miles for that would have been spot.
Right, 7 Delta X-ray to left heading 080 degrees.
Left heading 080 degrees, runner 7 Delta X-ray.
Runner 7 Delta X-ray, descend altitude 2,000 feet.
Descend altitude 2,000 feet, runner 7 Delta X-ray. So flap 1 match speed, because I think he's bringing us in. Just popping out the cloud. So I'm going to go straight to the intercept point now. Oh, even that won't work. I'm going to go straight to the final approach point. That's telling us we're high. But regaining, that's why it's useful to keep updating that. And you can just use VNS to VS to finesse. Level change, of course, will really make some quite abrupt movements.
7 Delta Foxtrot 10 left heading 010 degrees, descent 2000 cleared hours approach, runway 33.
Left heading 010 degrees, descend altitude 2000 feet, cleared ILS, approach runway 33, run S7 Delta X-ray. So this is going to start being tight. I am going to go flap 5 early. I don't want the aeroplane levelling off, I want it to keep coming down whilst also slowing down so that we capture this. It's turned us in a bit too early. Don't really want to capture from above. But it's coming in and we're maintaining speed, decelling as well. Flap 5 is quite draggy. 7 miles, this is a little bit rushed. Could have done with a few extra miles there, so I probably should have said just a couple more miles before turning base. See, that's the trouble with level change. Yeah, no idea. We could have done with it maybe just 10-15 seconds. Just to intercept that a bit more nicely. So 5 miles, almost. Gear down, flap 15 time. That wasn't me, that was the aeroplane. And S7 Delta X-ray established ILS 335.5 miles. This is 3.
S7 Delta X-ray, thanks, runway 33, cleared land surface wind 010 degrees, 9 knots.
Clear land, runway 33, run S7 Delta X-ray. And we're not IMC, so we could have got away with flap a little bit later. This is looking good. Frame rate's doing really. FB cleared to land. 4 miles, speed brakes armed, auto brakes set. Flap 15, gear down 3 green, start switch is continuous. TIS is on, I'm just going to leave it on. My recall's checked and we're just holding on the landing flap, which we can wait till 500 because we're in the MC. Plane's twitching and twitching a bit.
Approaching 3-3.
Bit high now. Oh dear.
200.
That dropped away, didn't it?
Minimums.
Continue. And that's a little bit high rate of descent. We need some braking.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit of a thump. Oh, just down in the touchdown zone. That was going well until the last couple of 100 feet. Right, there's the high-speed exit, so manual braking. Still on idle reverse.
80 knots.
I don't think this... I said it's a high-speed exit, it isn't. This is a 90-degree taxi. So stay the reversers. Ladies and gents, welcome to Birmingham, where the local time is the exact same as when we left. So 90 degrees.
Minus 7 Delta X-ray, welcome to Birmingham taxi stand 16 via Alpha, Delta and Whiskey.
Thanks very much. Stand 16 via Alpha, Delta and Whiskey, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray.
Good evening.
Thanks. And Happy New Year.
You too.
So this is the most stressful part. Getting the aeroplane ready to taxi in. So, Alpha, Delta, Whiskey. The voice pack, I think you can't really use the voice pack with Pegasus in the Zibo, so I think it's best to just have it off, mate. Because it interferes with all the stuff that we've got. So that's off. Brake temps aren't too bad. Trim has been set. Transponder go to out off. So what? Alright, touchdown at 235. I'll take that. Considering I was, that was pretty much a long landing on the verge of a go around because we only just touched down in the touchdown zone. But I suppose with such a displaced threshold and a long runway, do I use the moving? No, I don't. It's cheating, but of course you're more than welcome to. You know, in reality, I use Sky Demon for real flying. And it is really, really, really useful, especially when you're places that are busy. So this is Delta. We're screaming too quick. Also to follow Delta all the way to stand 16, which is right in the middle by the blast screen. But if I just get Navi tab up. Oh, is it not linked? Guess it isn't, is it? Don't worry about that, I'll show you next time. Get the old APU on. So this should be Delta. Delta 5. It should be first left. On the chart, it doesn't look like it has this kink. So I'm going to do a left and hope for the best. That's about right. And of course, in reality at most airports, you know, the stands are clearly numbered, the taxiways are much more clearly marked than a lot of the places here, so it's easier to find your way around. I think I do like about explaining. See, we've had to increase quite a lot of power there to keep the airplane rolling up this steep bit of hill. Echo Golf Bravo Echo Tower is online. Guess that was for all the Coventry. Guess that was all the FR guys. Been to Coventry, but you never know. Maybe when COVID ends, get to go flying. a reel again. And cheat. So that's the stand we want, but you see it's not very clearly marked, so. It's off before you go in.
AIRBORNE control, we're flight with you at 1,300 just east of the field, transitioning to the northwest. Flight 2, Birmingham radar, good evening.
Best parking spot.
Roger, flight 4 with you at 1,300, transitioning through the northwest for Orion Valley. Roger, the basic service outside of control, that's about QNH 1023. QNH 1023, this is our control flight.
Donk. That wouldn't be there in reality, would it? So there we are, on stand. Two blues. One red. And instead, ladies and gents, welcome to Birmingham. We will wait for 20% N2 before we turn the beacon off. I'd like it if it did all that by itself. Right. No ground power yet, so I'm just going to leave the AP running. I'm not going to do a replay or anything because I'm pretty knackered after that. So, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'm going to end flight there. Minus 235 touchdown. That, considering I'm pretty darn rusty. So let's do that on Pegasus. Let's file that on projectFLY as well. As always, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and hit the bell if you want to get some more, and I will start doing some more streams now. Things are, well, you know, back to work and back into routine. Happy New Year to everyone. Sorry for the delays. Promise to be better next time. Look after yourselves. Thanks for watching. And for now, from me, it's good night. It's probably a better shot there, isn't it? Look after yourselves and see you again soon, I hope. Bye for now.